It's Tuesday, March 19th. I'm Wayne Moore. This is Evening Update. At the top of the news, on the heels of the two worst wildfire seasons our province has ever seen, the province is increasing the wildfire fighting budget by 58%. The increase in wildfire management funding, which was included in the 2019 budget, will see $101 million allocated annually to fighting fires. That's up from $64 million in the past. The money budgeted is still well short of the $568 million spent on fire suppression in 2017 and the more than $350 million spent a year ago. Forest Minister Doug Donaldson says the increase will allow for better planning, better rapid response, and better prevention activities. The Liberal government promises big spending and big deficits in its final budget before Canadians go to the polls in October. The budget introduced by Finance Minister Bill Morneau resembled Liberal economic plans that preceded it. The government will exhaust a big windfall, run near near-term deficits of about $20 billion, and offer no timeline to return to balance. The Liberal spending path places them in stark contrast with the opposition Conservatives, who have called on the government to rein in spending. City of Vernon has been ordered to reinstate two employees who were fired a year ago for engaging in sexual activity while on the job at the Vernon Fire Hall. Darren Hanshew has more from Vernon.
The order was made by a majority of an arbitration board convened to hear a grievance brought forward by the BC International Association of Firefighters. The unnamed fire captain and a dispatcher were caught under surveillance camera placed in the chief's office for another matter during a turbulent time in the department's history in which tensions were high between management and union members. Will Pierce, Chief Administrative Officer for the city, said the actions of the two was absolutely unacceptable and that he is most disappointed in the majority decision. Pierce said the city believes the arbitration board erred in its decision and is exploring a range of options.
RCMP have now deemed the disappearance of missing cowboy Ben Tyner to be suspicious.
After 2 months of investigation from the Southeast District Major Crime Unit and the Merit RCMP's behalf, they have now started to put all the pieces together and found that there may be a piece or two that's missing, and they've made a determination that Mr. Tyner's disappearance appears to be related to criminality.
Tyner was reported missing January 28th when his riderless horse was discovered on a logging road off Highway 97 near Winnie Flats. The 2018 Penticton Peach Festival generated a $3.6 million economic impact. That according to a study going to council. Through a survey of more than 450 festival attendees, the typical visitor spent $325 while staying an average of 3.8 nights. About 14,000 people came from out of town for Peach Fest. 7,900 stayed overnight. Police in Kamloops are looking for public assistance in locating two men who robbed a gas station at gunpoint early Monday morning. The men robbed the Esso on Columbia Street at about 5:30 a.m. One man brandished a gun. The other had what appeared to be a can of pepper spray. The suspects fled north on foot. The clerk was not injured. Opioids continue to kill people in BC at an alarming rate. The latest numbers from the province showed there were 90 suspected drug overdose deaths in January, an average of 2.9 deaths per day. That's actually a decrease of 31% over the number of deaths in January of 2018 and 22% less than the same number of deaths in December. New discount airline Swoop will soon be flying direct to Las Vegas from Kelowna. Swoop, which is WestJet's ultra-low-cost carrier, will start offering direct flights from Kelowna International to McCarran International Airport on June 27th. Flights will depart Thursdays and Sundays. You can have more on this story on our sister website, OkanaganEdge.net. City of Kelowna may allow downtown residents to rent out their unused parking stalls. The idea under consideration is just one of many being contemplated as part of a new overall parking strategy. A firm downtown parking plan will be brought to council for approval later this spring. A dying resident at Penticton's Moog and Friends Hospice House had her final wish come true this weekend to spend some time with a horse. Volunteer coordinator Linda Brooks said the patient told her and a social worker that this patient loved the smell of horses and they were her favorite animals. Brooks, who owns the horse, said the patient took a deep breath and was tearful with a huge smile. Okanagan weather: sunshine for the balance of the week. Highs ranging from plus 13 to 16. Overnight lows above freezing. Coming up tonight and tomorrow, a townhouse development robs a Kelowna golf course of its 18th hole. For details on these and the rest of the day's news, keep it here at castanet.net. For Castanet News, I'm Wayne Moore.